So, what does everyday Galilee mean? The first question I get asked about everyday Galilee is, what does it mean and where did the name come from? Well, it was actually inspired by a homily of Pope Francis's from 2014. And in the homily, he speaks about Galilee as this place of first encounter with Christ. It's Jesus' home, and it's where he called all of his first 12 disciples. And this homily really struck me because I read it during a time in my life when I was kind of struggling to know where I should be and where God was calling me to be. And so I started to contemplate, where is my Galilee? Like, where did I first encounter Christ, and where does Christ call me to encounter him today? And in the homily, Pope Francis speaks about baptism as the first Galilee, but Pope Francis also speaks about a second Galilee moment in which Christ looks at you and you look back at him. And you know that God loves you and that you desire to love him back. So for me, I was thinking, and I realized that Duluth, the Diocese of Duluth, is where my faith was first fostered. And so wherever I'm at in life, I can go back to those moments of encountering Christ in my youth, especially through youth ministry, and be strengthened in my resolve and in my faith to know that Christ is with me in the difficult moments, that he loves me, and that he desires my good. So I developed a motto called Everyday Galilee, in which I seek to strive to follow Christ in the everyday moments, but also every day. So it has this double meaning for me. I've wanted to share it with others, but just like I said, I've been throughout the years discerning where God's calling me, and at this point I'm married, I have a son, and I feel like it's time to share. So my husband actually came up with the logo based on what I had been talking to him about with this idea, and so I can give him the credit for that. And then we actually asked someone else to clean it up because neither of us are great at design. So here's the logo. The mountains represent the Mount of Beatitudes in Galilee. I once had a chance to pray on the Mount of Beatitudes, and it's just gorgeous. There's palm trees, there's flowers everywhere, and I just picture Christ sitting there with his arm around me and just this place of rest. So that's what the mountains are there for, a place of rest with Christ by the Sea of Galilee. Of course, that's why there's waves in one of the rings. Also, you'll notice there are two rings for the vocation of marriage with the cross in the center for Christ. The left ring represents the man and also Jesus, the Son of God. That's why the sun is on that side. And the right ring represents the woman, she who sits at his right hand. So Mary with the moon, but also the woman in the vocation of marriage with that particular Marian call to imitate Mary. The sun and the moon represent every day, encountering Christ every day. So there's a lot of layers of meaning in this logo, and actually something that we didn't even intend but noticed when we were given the final version of the logo. You may even notice a Christian fish if you look closely. See if you can see it. Finally, the tagline, Catholic, Married, Loved. I thought a lot about this, and I went with Catholic first because this is a Catholic channel. Despite the fact that others will find it very helpful, I want to be very upfront. This is a Catholic channel by a Catholic wife and mom for other Catholics and others who find this interesting. Second, married. I'm living with the vocation of marriage, and a lot of the topics on this channel are going to be relevant for those in the vocation of marriage. Finally, loved. This has multiple meanings as well. I always like to, in my own spiritual life, remind myself that my first identity is the beloved of God. And so I wanted that to be right up front in the Everyday Galilee logo. Second, after the love of God for us and our love for God, the love between the man and the wife. And then third, the love of that married couple for their children. So, tagline, Catholic, married, loved. That's what we're about here at Everyday Galilee. If you like the meaning of Everyday Galilee, please hit like below as well as subscribe, and let's journey together. It's going to be a very informal channel, and we're just going to go wherever Christ leads. So I hope I see you next time. God bless.